This is Unit 3 Formative 2, Video 1 on absolute value equations. Now, just as a review, when we talk about absolute value, that's those vertical lines with something inside it. So if I, for instance, say the absolute value of x is equal to 4, what does that mean? Well, if I think about it on a number line, absolute value is distance from 0. Okay, so if I put 0 here, I'm thinking for like absolute value of x equals 4, I want to know 4 more than 0 and 4 less than 0. So what numbers are those? Well, of course, to the right, it's positive 4, and to the left, it's negative 4. Okay, so for this, it's saying the absolute value of 4 is equal to 4. That would be true. And we could say the absolute value of negative 4 is also positive 4. Remember, distances are positive, so an absolute value can never be negative. Okay? If you see something like this, we know this is no solution. So our first problem. The absolute value of 2x plus 4 is equal to 8. We want to isolate the absolute value. So just remember, isolate absolute value. Okay, so when I do that, I see it's already isolated. Now we write two equations, okay? Because again, the absolute value is distance from 0. So my first equation is 2x plus 4 is equal to 8. And we also have 2x plus 4 is equal to negative 8. Okay? So we have to make sure we have those two equations. We solve them both. We subtract 4 here. 2x is equal to 4. And we divide by 2. X equals 2. Same thing here, we subtract 4. It's 2x equals negative 12, and we divide by 2. X equals negative 6. Okay, so we got two answers here. On a number line, again, we're just going to plot these numbers here. I like a nice number line here. 2, 0, 2, 4, 6. We're just going to put dots on these, okay? Dots are just saying that they're equal to. They're not inequalities, so there's no shading. They're just dots. My next problem here. Again, we want to isolate the absolute value. In order to isolate the absolute value, I have to add the 6 first to both sides. 12 plus 6 is 18. And then divide by 4. So we have absolute value of z is equal to 18 over 4. And we also have absolute value of z is equal to negative 8. Actually, I apologize. I messed up here. We have the absolute value of z is equal to 18 over 4. So I write two equations. Z is equal to 18 fourths. And we also have z is equal to negative 18 fourths. All right, that's already solved, so we just go ahead and graph. 0, 18 over 4, negative 18 over 4. and we put dots. Again, no shading here, just 2 dots. The third problem here, I'm looking, my absolute value is not isolated, so I have to divide by the 2. It's on the outside. So we get absolute value of 3x plus 1 is equal to 5. So now it's ready to go here. 2 equations, 3x plus 1 is equal to 5. 3x plus 1 is equal to negative 5. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. We have 3x equals 4. And we divide by 3. X equals 4 over 3. Same thing here, we're going to subtract 1. This is negative 6. And we divide by 3. And then we do our graph. All right, so 0, -2, +2. 4/3 is 1 1/3. So 1 1/3 is going to be right about here. Okay, and -2 is right here. Again, make sure they're dots. Last, we have a word problem here. It says write an absolute value equation that has 6 and -4 as 2 of its solutions. We're going to graph this on a number line, and we're going to have to find the midpoint to do so. Let's go ahead and draw a good number line here. All right, I'm going to get some good dashes here. All right, so 6, let's see here, 0, -2, -4. All right. To find my midpoint, I'm going to figure out what the middle number is from here and here. Where is in the middle? I mean, we can count, but arithmetically, we're just going to add our 2 numbers and divide by 2. That's a 2 there. So 6 plus -4, that's 2. Divide by 2. Our midpoint is at 1, okay? So I'm just going to put a dot on the 1. Okay, that's my midpoint. Well, how far is 6 from 1? Okay, well this is 5 away. How far is -4 from 1? It's also 5 away. All right, remember, absolute value is positive. The problem here is we're not at 0. We're at the 1 here. Again, this is 1. We should be at 0. So how do we move it to 0? Well, we're going to simply take 1 away. Let me do a different color here. We're going to take 1 away. That's -1, okay? So in my absolute value equation, if I'm creating it, I'm going to take 1 away from x, okay? My distance, does my distance change from the midpoint? I know we moved it to the left 1, we subtracted 1, but does the distance change? No, it doesn't. So it's equal to 5. There's my equation. Again, this number right here is the shift to 0. This number here is distance. From 0. And that's how we develop an absolute value equation by using a graph. Right, there you have it. That's your video. Have a good day, guys.